Most avoidants are just severely selfish. Not quite. You can find that anyone, irrespective of their attachment style, can act incredibly selfish. However, those with an insecure attachment style, be it anxious or avoidant, can exhibit quite selfish behaviours, and there's two reasons for this. Firstly, when we have emotional trauma or we have physical trauma occur when we are growing and developing as a child, we have certain milestones that we should be achieving when we are growing up. So a 1 to 2 year old, a 3 to 5 year old, a 5 to 7 year old. There's different emotional patterns and emotional development milestones that we have. However, when trauma comes into the equation, or we have quite profound levels of emotional or physical neglect from our parents or caregivers, this can stunt our emotional development. This is what we call arrested development. So when you find that someone, even if they are a complete grown-ass adult and they are acting a bit like a child, oftentimes that is what is happening. So essentially trauma can often keep people stuck in the age that they were at when much of the trauma occurred. And secondly, we need to think about the neuroanatomy and neurophysiology of what happens when we are activated. So when we are grounded, when we are calm, when we are emotionally regulated, we are operating more out of the frontal lobe of our brain, where we can be empathetic, we can be compassionate, we are a lot more logical in our decision making. However, when we are triggered and activated, our survival mechanism kicks into play. This is the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. Now, when this is activated, the survival part of your brain does not give a shit about empathy, about compassion. It cares about keeping you alive. So when someone is activated, it is very hard for them to not be selfish because it is self-preservation. So yes, there are many avoidants who can act selfishly, but there are just as many anxious attachers who can act equally as selfish if they are activated as well. And then irrespective of attachment styles, some people are just assholes. It doesn't matter if they're anxious, avoidant, or secure. So labeling most avoidants as just severely selfish is a bit of a gross overstatement because it's not exactly correct.